I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Friday, August the 2nd, 2013. Iranian news agency ISNA reported today that it misquoted new Iranian President Hassan Rouhani this morning when he reportedly called Israel a wound that needs to be removed. ISNA said later today that what the new leader had actually said was that Israeli occupation of Palestinian land had inflicted a wound on the Muslim world, but that he did not call for Israel's removal. Their corrected quote reads, "There is an old wound on the body of the Islamic world under the shadow of the occupation of the Holy Lands of Palestine and Jerusalem." Earlier, the agency had quoted Rouhani as saying, "The Zionist regime has been a wound on the body of the Islamic world for years, and the wound should be removed." As you may have seen on IBA News, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in response to the original quote that Rouhani's true face has been exposed sooner than expected, further saying even if his comments will quickly be denied, that's what the man thinks, and that's the Iranian regime's game plan. Later today, Netanyahu's office removed tweets reflecting the Prime Minister's statement and told the BBC that it was based on a Reuters report with an erroneous translation. Meanwhile, Hezbollah's leader Hassan Nasrallah made a rare personal appearance in Beirut today, where he called Israel a cancerous tumor which must be uprooted. Nasrallah made the comments during a speech he gave in honor of Al-Quds Day, the Iranian-introduced holiday marking solidarity with the Palestinian cause. The Hezbollah leader also called for Palestine to return to its rightful owners, and he said, "The Palestine which we mean is a Palestine which stretches from the sea to the river," adding, "No king, president, sheikh, state, or country has the right to give up even one clod of Palestinian land, one drop of water or oil from Palestine." Polish news website TVN24 reported that one of the suspects named in the Burgas bombing last summer that killed 5 Israeli tourists and a Bulgarian bus driver flew to Lebanon 2 days before the attack in Bulgaria. The website cited unnamed sources that Lebanese-born Australian citizen Meliad Farah took a flight from Warsaw to Beirut on July the 16th of last year on Polish airline LOT. Farah and fellow suspect Hassan El-Haj Hassan are alleged to have provided the explosive device and logistical support for the Burgas bombing. If in fact Farah did fly to Lebanon, where terror group Hezbollah is based, so close to the date of the July 18th bombing, that would bolster the claims that Hezbollah was in fact behind the attack, as Bulgaria, as well as Israel, the U.S., and several European Union countries have stated. The EU did agree last week to place the armed wing of Hezbollah on its list of terror organizations, though many feel there should be no distinction made between the group's military and political wings, and urge the entire entity be listed as terrorist.
United States of America.
Several Jewish organizations today welcomed the confirmation of new United Nations Ambassador Samantha Power. Power had initially received criticism from some in the Jewish community for comments she made back in 2002 regarding the role of the U.S. in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Comments which she has since clarified and recently said that if confirmed to the UN role, she would fight to eliminate the UN's unacceptable bias and attacks against Israel. The American Jewish Committee said today that they look forward to working closely with Power, saying she represents a strong and principled voice on America's global role. The AJC said, "We especially count on her leadership when the UN falls short of its own noble ideals, as too often has been the case." The Jewish Council for Public Affairs President Rabbi Steve Gutto mentioned the JCPA's work with Power in the past during the humanitarian crisis in Sudan and said they look forward to continuing their productive relationship with her. Gutto said the ambassador to the UN plays a crucial role in strengthening the U.S.-Israel relationship and defeating some of the latest threats to delegitimize Israel. And Anti-Defamation League National Director Abe Foxman said of Power, President Obama has wisely chosen an emissary who deeply understands the UN system and its human rights mechanisms and is committed to fight the injustice of their abuse to target Israel's legitimacy. And finally, today is Israeli President Shimon Peres' 90th birthday. While the milestone was celebrated earlier this summer with a star-studded tribute, today, August the 2nd, is Peres' actual birthday. And in recognition of Peres's work and leadership, the Jewish Week reports that members of the U.S. Congress introduced legislation to award the Israeli president the Congressional Gold Medal. If the legislation passed, Peres would be one of just 9 people to win both the Congressional Gold Medal as well as the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which Peres was awarded last year by President Obama. Other dual recipients include Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., and Elie Wiesel. The legislation was introduced yesterday in the Senate by Senators Michael Bennet, a Democrat of Colorado, and Kelly Ayotte, Republican of New Hampshire. They said Peres has played a pivotal role in forging the strong and unbreakable bond between the U.S. and Israel. Similar legislation was introduced yesterday as well in the House by Representatives Trent Franks, a Republican of Arizona, and Democratic Representative Joe Kennedy of Massachusetts. The Congressional Gold Medal recognizes those who have performed an achievement that has an impact on American history and culture that is likely to be recognized as a major achievement in the recipient's field long after the achievement. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Friday, August the 2nd, 2013. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.